Well, it's about that time once again, folks. Welcome back. It's the year-end Spotify Wrapped season, where your social media feeds will be bombed by everyone's favorite artists, how much they streamed this year, and all your favorite artists posting up their stats and how many times they got streamed. Now, there's a bunch of curmudgeonly attitudes I could take towards this over the years, but honestly, I really enjoy it. I can't front. I enjoy it. I enjoy as a listener, well, besides last year when my kids completely destroyed my Spotify listenership by making me repeat Blue's Clues theme song, Blaze and the Monster Machines theme song, the Cars song by Sheryl Crow, the Dan Auerbach Cars 3 song. Now they listening to Green Light Ride from the Sonic Racing game, destroying my Spotify. I had to move it to a different account. But as a listener, I enjoy seeing the stats, how many new artists I discovered, all that stuff. Spotify really does it the best. You can't front. All complaints about Spotify aside, you just can't deny the statistics and all the analytics they have for being both a listener and an artist are really just unmatched. No one else, as an artist, I know for sure, none of the other platforms deliver the same amount of stats and analytics that Spotify does. So, I haven't seen my listener stats quite yet. I think it's going to be muddled up with some of my kids' stuff because I only discovered that I should probably go to a different platform for my kids listening, and then that way I could keep mine pure and really know how much of a fan I am of whoever. Let me just say this. I love making music. I love that it's my job. I'm super grateful for it, and I try to never let certain things like statistics or placements in terms of, in comparison to other artists, really rock my boat, but it's hard sometimes. I am competitive, and this is my career, so I do want to see growth. Anybody wants to see growth no matter what you do in your life. So you do want to see growth. So from year to year, I do compare the Spotify Wrapped stats or other stats from other platforms and hope that there's some sort of growth there, because otherwise then just kind of treading water in the deep end, so to speak. So let's see. I figured I'll just take a look at it live here with you guys. And if you listen to my music this year at all, then you could feel a part of some of these stats right here. So let's check them on now right here. All right, so I put up the last couple of years in the bottom here so I can just do a comparison for once we get down to the bottom. So from 2021, 2020, and 2019, going from left to right, we'll have those stats there. And let's just see what we can load up here on the old Spotify Wrapped and check out what happened in 2022. Let's load him up. All right, let's do this. 2022, what a year. At least it was better than 2021. Spotify Wrapped. Let's see what they got for us this year for your boy. Wrekonize, your Wrapped has arrived. I think it's time, even though you won't let this affect your mood, hopefully, jump in. Here we go. All right. It'd be cool if they had sound on this thing. In 2022, you did your thing. The people loved it. I wonder if anybody's Spotify Wrapped starts with, I wonder if that's the generic. Does all artists start with this? They like give you the pat on the back, like keep making music and giving it to us so we can give you back very little royalty fees or whatever. But you know what I'm saying? Or does someone Spotify say like, you didn't do good this year, you got to try again next year? I don't know. Either way, they're telling me I did my thing and people loved it. So, oh, thanks Spotify. You really know how to jazz me up. All right, 701,743 listeners streamed my music 4,750,475 times. That fucking sounds great to me. That sounds wonderful. I'm pretty sure that's an increase from the previous years. Yeah, it is almost doubled from the last couple of years, the average on the streams. So that's wonderful news, because as far as growth goes, yeah, that's great to hear. I really honestly wasn't expecting that. So they got the listeners and the amount of times they were streamed, and they break it down into 15.3 million minutes, 256,000 hours, 10,683 days, 1,526 weeks, 356 months, or if you're nasty, 29 years of listening. Yeah. Thank you for listening. That's a lot of listening. I appreciate that. Your listeners like to keep your music close. They saved your songs 144,716 times, which is wonderful. If you listen to my music, that's great. But if you save it to your library, that means a little something extra. It means, it means we have a bond, we have a connection. That's saving it is bigger than just streaming it. So I appreciate that. I don't think I have comparative numbers for the last few years on that stat. The top track is Lost Souls, once again played over and over 1,263,743 times. I cannot unseat this song from being my top song. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. This was a bonus record off of Into the Further. It wasn't even on the album, and we just put it out as like a Lucy single, and it just somehow got seeded into my most popular track. So when people go to my profile for the first time, if they just go down the popular, Lost Souls is there. So it's like, I need something to gargantuanly smash Lost Souls out of that spot. I don't know. I guess I don't know how that happened. Maybe just people like that song that much. Maybe I should have done a video for that song. Maybe that song should have been on the fucking album. These are things we learn by looking at the stats, folks. But I got to get Lost Souls out of that spot. I got to get something's got to do better than Lost Souls to get into that first spot. Your music loves to travel, as do I. So let's see what kind of traveling we did in 2022. Music was heard in 171 countries, which is an increase as Spotify got into new markets over the last few years. My top 5, no surprise, in the first few: United States and Canada. Holla at your boy. Australia, number 3. United Kingdom, which I'd like to do better in because it's where I was born, but I just don't have a ton of listeners there. But they're in my top 5, so it can't be that bad. And Germany, rounding out the top 5. So shout out to Germany, making it into the top 5 for the first time ever. All right, shout out to my German people. Can I come out to Germany and do a show? That would be fantastic. Let me know. I'm super down. Okay, this is weird. On April 22nd, something magical happened. 2,202 people listened between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m., which was more than any other hour this year, which is random as hell. I looked at the calendar, and I don't see anything on that day. We were playing Portland with Tech 9 on the spring tour. I didn't release any music that I can remember. I don't know what happened on that day, but for some reason, between 10 and 11 a.m., there was 2,000 people that really wanted to listen to my shit. And that's dope, but I have no idea why. So, random stat. We'll take it. Whoever said sharing is caring was probably a fan of yours. Well, that's cool. That makes sense because anyone I ever met who liked my music is pretty generous. My music was shared up 8,960 times, and this is here how listeners spread the word, broken down into not all the platforms, funnily enough, but 28% was through direct link, 20% was through Facebook, 20% through text, which I thought was interesting. I was like, okay, damn, that's bigger than I would have thought for some reason. 11% on Snapchat. Y'all still out here sharing music on Snapchat? I need to go on Snapchat, I guess. I don't really go on Snapchat that much anymore. And 21% for others. So I'm guessing 21% would be Instagram, TikTok, sending a raven, fax, I don't know, whatever. But all right, cool. So sharing is wonderful, and obviously it means more to me than it ever has before now that I'm an independent artist fully and no longer on Strange Music, doing my own thing, funding my own projects. So share the music, please. Thank you. Your canvases got a lot of attention. They were seen 81,888 times, which is also random, but okay, I'll take it. The canvases are fun to do, but they're a little bit labor intensive if you don't have a proper clip or animation to go with the track. I've been trying to do canvases for all the songs, but I did get a few of them on Pressure Point. I know all these new independent releases I've done this year, these 3-4 singles, have all had canvases, animated canvases, and moving backgrounds. And I don't know if that really gets people hype about listening to music more. I don't really see why it would, but okay, it's been seen 81,000 times, so I guess that's cool. I'll take it. It means at least it was worth something doing that extra time, because sometimes it does take up some time. All right, let's see what else they got. What are recognized listeners like exactly? This is a question I ask myself often. What are recognized listeners like? Because it's hard to pin down. It's like Mayday. Like, it's very diverse, you know? All right, your listener's music personality is calculating the adventurer. All right, the adventurer, which means your listeners are seekers of sound. They venture out into the unknown, searching for fresh artists, deep cuts, new tracks, especially gems yet to be found. You adventure motherfuckers, man. Exploration, newness, variety, and uniqueness. Envu. I dig it. That's better than sitting in the house and listening to the same shit over and over again. You adventurers, you. Now imagine your fans singing really, really loudly. All right, I've got it. Sounds amazing. Sounds wonderful. We're in a stadium somewhere. It's great. There's titties everywhere. Okay, this is weird. My medicine's in the arm, and I move around the piranhas. First of all, that lyric is wrong. That lyric is incorrect. The lyric is my medicine's in the arm, and I move around the piranhas. So that just goes to show that I need to get my Spotify lyrics rechecked. But it says that this year, the most shared lyric was this lyric, which is weird because it's a very old album, and then on top of that, it's an incorrect lyric, which leads me to believe that most people don't share my lyrics off of Spotify. I know I never used that feature personally, so I'm guessing that maybe one person shared this lyric, and then it became the most shared lyric. So shout out to the one person that shared the incorrect lyric from the second verse of We Got Soul. I don't know. This is Spotify rap, folks. We get a little random here. All right, what else we got? Listeners added you to 48,826 players this year. Yes, they have impeccable taste. Damn straight. I did do some experimenting this year with playlist outreach, and because now I'm fully independent, I got no marketing staff. There is no promotional budget. It's all coming out of my pocket. It's all coming off of my back and my time. I was trying to do my best to investigate what works the best and try to outreach. So I want to try and get on some new playlists. So I've been working this year on it, and this past year, and yeah, it seemed like we definitely got some good spins on there. So playlists are vital to music discovery, and it's been helpful. So I'm going to keep doing that going into this new year. Have you been working out? Spotify's trying to make me feel bad about myself. No, I'm not Chris Hemsworth. Leave me alone. All right. I'm in a downturn right now. I'm in a downspin of working out. All right. All right. Let's see here. Your music saw a lot of gains this year. All right. Oh shit. Oh no. Wait. Hold up. Damn it. I lost it. Wait. Let's go back. There we go. Do I have to start all over again? I do, don't I? Oh my goodness gracious. Please hold. All right, so where were we? Oh yeah, that's right. Spotify was making me feel bad about not working out and being completely out of shape. But I'm working on it, Spotify. I'm trying to work on me, all right? Relax. New year, new me or something. Your music saw a lot of gains this year. Oh, all right, I didn't see a lot of gains, but my music did. I'll take it. Everything is up. That's wonderful. This is what moves me the most. Okay, this is what moves me the most as far as like a professional musician. If I was just gonna make music in my room, I wouldn't give a shit about none of these numbers. But because I do go out and tour, and because this is my livelihood and how I feed my kids and everything, then this does matter to me. 118% up on listeners. That's fantastic. Amazing. 69% up on streams. 69, dude. I'll take it. 46% up on saves was also amazing. And 71% up on playlist ads. That's crucial increase for your boy. 13% up on followers. That one could use a little work. I do realize that I do listen to artists sometimes and forget to click follow. So if you're watching this and you do enjoy my music on Spotify, please go to my profile page and click follow if you haven't already. That would be extremely helpful for your boy. We got to get those followers count up. I know it's not all about followers, but you know what I'm saying. I need that count up so that you just get my music when it drops. Speaking of you and your fans have something special. We got something special going on. All right, here we go. This is interesting. I'm a top 10 artist for 4,998 fans. That's amazing. I'm a top 5 artist for 1,758 fans. That's tight. And the number 1 artist for 206 fans. Are you one of those 206? Are you one of those 200? It's funny that also the Wrecking Crew now is up to around 206 people. So is that Wrecking Crew?
Wrecking Crew.
I see you. Group hug. Time for a group hug. All right. If I'm in your top 20, if I'm in your top 50, if I'm in your top 100, that I appreciate it, and it doesn't matter which number it is. I appreciate you greatly. So that's a cool group of stats as well. Damn, 4,998 for top 10 is not bad. Wrekonize, thank you for sharing your music with the world. No, thank you for listening. Spotify, thank you for doing what you do, I guess. No, I'm kidding. What else do we got? Do we got anything else here? Speaking of sharing, we made something special for you. They're too kind. I think they owe us. That's just me. Oh, okay, here we go. So they got the stat list right here. So here's I don't know if it's gonna let me blow this up. Will it let me blow it up? Oh, well, there we go. So here, let me see if I can just blow this up a little bit. There we go. So the final tally for 2022 Spotify Rap for your boy Wrekonize, 4.7 million streams. If you look at the last year, it's 2.7, 2.3, 2.4. We've doubled the stream count, which is fantastic. I truly did not expect it to get that many streams increased, especially seeing as that it was really kind of like a downturn in releases for me. It was mostly just like the singles, and Pressure Point's been a little way off already, so I did some good features that I think helped with that as well. But yeah, that's an amazing stat. I appreciate that. Listeners also just about doubled, it seems like. Yeah, more than doubled. 701.7 thousand listeners. Fire. These are the best Spotify stats I had. I hope Spotify's not just gassing me up, so I'll become a cog in the machine and just continue feeding music, you know what I mean, into the platform, because it's fucking working, all right? It's working. I'm getting excited. It was a total of 256.3 hours of listening in 171 countries, which both numbers are up, fucking up. Fire. That's fantastic. So I show you all that not as a flex, not as like a look at me, how cool I fucking am. It's really just to show you what it looks like from the artist side, because you're all getting your Spotify Wrapped as well. This is what it looks like for us to go through one, or anyone who puts music out there onto Spotify. And at the end of the day, yeah, because of the way the royalty payouts and everything are structured, this doesn't translate to a lot of money or whatever, which is fine. That's not the reason why I'm in the game in the first place. That's why I'm still here. I enjoy making music. It just gets me up out of bed every day, every time, no matter how many tracks I've made with Mayday or solo. Just making something I enjoy just makes me feel better than almost anything on this planet. So I'm happy to see growth on all these numbers. I feel like it's more important than ever for the growth to be happening on streaming platforms, because as of May, I became a solo independent artist, launched my own label, and started putting my own releases out, as we did for Mayday as well. So from now on, your boys are basically funding our own projects. We are putting all the money down for everything, and then taking the lion's share of whatever comes back, or taking the hit if, it doesn't really return. But whatever it is, it's all on us, and I own the masters, and it'll be music that I'll put out and give to my kids when I'm no longer here. So I just wanted to come on here basically and tell you guys, thanks for the streams, thanks for listening, thanks for coming out to the shows. If you bought a piece of merch, thanks for buying a piece of merch. Any way you may have supported, even if it was just listening to 10 seconds of a song, I appreciate you greatly, and this gets me gassed up to go into 2023 and do big things, all right? We're going to do more music. If you're here watching this, I hope that means that it's exciting for you too, all right? I have 2 full-length albums in the works currently that hopefully will be close together and dropped very soon. I'm also working on an EP and a Wrecking Crew exclusive EP. So shout out to everyone who's joined my Patreon. If you haven't joined it already, you can join my Patreon at patreon.com/Wrekonize. Come check me out over there. All the releases that are coming out this year will be exclusive and previewed, and you'll get first looks. You get extra files, instrumentals, acapellas, maxi files. There's going to be a lot to do for the next year. So if you want to be on the front lines of it and you want to help support the independent movement, please join me on Patreon. It would be fantastic. For the rest of this year, 2022, I hope you guys have a great one. Let's wind it down and celebrate in style. I will be back shortly with some music, and I love y'all. All right, let's go. I'm very excited about these numbers. I'm very happy. I don't know what to do with myself. All right, let's go. 2023. We got to outdo 2022 now. Let's get it. All right, I'll see you soon. Peace.